creating this video to provide some detailed content around some changes that are impacting the big tent zone and the trash, what we're calling the trash palace. So I wanted to just share this informational video to our volunteers so that you have the best information coming into our Inman Park Festival weekend. So first things, right off the bat, I want to thank you for volunteering. Your time is valuable. I know that. I appreciate you taking the time to help us with this effort. It's a big undertaking, and I am really, really grateful. Let me move into the document. I just want to take you through the details and try and do this as succinctly as possible. So let me quickly share my screen and we'll get into it. Okay, so first things first, not a lot is changing with the operation of the big tent, but I do want to take you through this just so that we have the most current information. So I'll cover this first, and then I'll get into the sustainability zone, or the trash palace as we're calling it. So first of all, priorities. Safety is number one. We want to make sure that you and our patrons have a safe festival. How do we achieve this? Stay in your zone. Please, please, please stay in your zone. The Big Ten is a very compact area. It generates a lot of trash. There's a lot of activity there with bands and vendors. So we want to make sure that you, as well as those patrons, are safe. You might get asked to give people a ride, whether it's someone needing a ride to their car or even a vendor asking to get dropped off where they parked. Just say no, politely decline to do so. It's not worth the risk. You could get in a car accident. You could run into something or somebody. Just please stay in your zone. That's the key message here. There's plenty of work to be done inside the zone without running into other areas. So that's priority number one, safety, and the way we achieve that is staying in your zone. Number two, slow and steady. Don't go too fast. We want to keep pace with foot traffic. If you get log jammed somewhere, and that can happen with a compact footprint, have your buddy step out of the cart and ask the customer who may be blocking you to move. Everyone's been super cool in doing that. Never run into an issue. People, respect the job that we're doing, so they will gladly get out of the way. I've never seen it go down any other way. So just ask them, and if they don't, just wait for them to get out of your way. There's no rush. The trash is going to be there. Safety is number one. Particularly, keep in mind elderly people, small children, some unpredictability there. So just go slow. Go slow. That's the priority. Number two is your own personal safety. So hydration. Make sure you bring a water bottle. Go to our water stations if you need to hydrate. Just want to make sure you're in good health. Always apply good judgment. If you have any doubt about something being unsafe or it doesn't feel right, don't do it. Err on the side of caution. Politely decline if someone's asking you to do something that you don't feel comfortable with. And if you want to escalate to me. My number's at the top of this document. It'll be sent out via email, as well as using the radio. But just escalate to me if you feel uncomfortable. And then number four, just show up. 80% of success is showing up in this job. So please show up on time, meet your previous shift to transition. There's always, some volunteers that, get sideways with a schedule and or don't make it at all. That's bound to happen. But if you're getting this message and you volunteered, I'm counting on you to show up. So please do so. Thanks in advance. Okay, where to meet. So as I'm asking you to show up, it's good to know where to meet. For the big tent zone, I've got this map here. This is the west side of Springvale Park, the west side of Euclid Avenue, where Waverly intersects. So the big tent is right here where all these blue receptacles are, on the west side of the big tent. This area is great. It's blocked off. There's typically police presence here. It's pretty low population from a festival standpoint. It's kind of a lazy area in the footprint. So I recommend meeting here and then doing the shift exchange. It's just easy. Over here on the east side, it gets very congested, a lot of vendors, a lot of people, a lot of everything. So I just avoid it. It's hard enough to get in and out of here. So this is where I would not recommend doing a shift change. But if you just pull down through Elizabeth, you might be better off. But I recommend this one. Just so we're on the same page, this is where the dumpsters are. They're at the bottom of Springvale Park. The big tent is here where all these blue trash cans are. And essentially you have to drive down Waverly, drive up an alley and dump trash in the dumpster, and then do it again coming out the alley, and then usually going up Elizabeth and then clearing this area. We'll get into more about how this operation is changing slightly, but that's essentially the job. And then Springville Park has some trash receptacles that will need to be cleared. And then over here are the air-conditioned bathrooms, and you'll want to clear some trash cans here as well. But pretty compact footprint, generates a lot of trash. So you're doing, it's pretty busy. But that's essentially the job. So it is pretty straightforward, I think. Let's get into a couple more of the 10 easy steps on what to do and how to do it. So referring to that map, drive your golf cart to the area where the blue circles are. These are our trash cans. These are approximately where these are approximately where the trash bins will be located. Empty the trash bins. Recycling and general waste, you'll have clear and black. The clear is recycling, the black is general waste. It's not always perfect. It's rarely perfect, I will say, but that's how we divide and conquer. So empty those bins. Once they're full or filling up, pull off the old bag, tie it off, throw it on the golf cart, and then take it to the dumpster. You will replace the liners. Again, the black trash bins are lined with black bags. The recycle bins are lined with clear bags. We'll do our best. We always try to have plenty of supplies down in Springvale Park as you run out through the festival, but usually that's not a big concern. But essentially that's the primary focus of the job, is just emptying the old bins and replacing with new liners. Place the full bags on the bed of your golf cart, drive it to the dumpster, empty the full bags into the dumpster, high five your partner, enjoy festival a little bit, take some water, and then repeat until your shift ends. Pretty straightforward. What are you responsible for? You'll have a golf cart key, you'll have a golf cart radio, you'll have gloves, you'll have a trash toolbox. Each cart will have a small toolbox with some supplies included. This will just help us stay organized. And then teamwork. Hard to predict everything that's going to occur during a large festival. I may need you to support some other things that are trash focused, but not typical or part of the job description. Just a team-oriented focus to getting the work done. But that's pretty much the rundown here. Please take care of the key. Please take care of the radio. I will have disposable gloves, but you may want to bring your own, and they're typically better than what I offer. So just, keep that in mind. Now, phase 2 of this session is talking about the sustainability zone. This job is responsible for the following: helping people, our festival goers, sort their trash into the appropriate categories so that we can effectively dispose of it in the most sustainable way. We want to divert food waste, plastic, aluminum, and glass from the landfill and recycle these items. When patrons show up and throw out trash, accept their trash and sort it into the appropriate category. You can even offer them a sticker to reward them for doing the right thing. So here's a picture of the vision. We'll have something similar to this. The recycle tent will be located on the east side of the big tent. So this poor picture here is what the trash palace or sustainability zone will look like. It'll be similar to this, where we'll have green compost bags, we'll have black landfill bags, we'll have clear bags to accept aluminum and plastic waste, and then we will accept glass and a blue line trash bag. Each of those trash bags will have a sign that looks like this, and it'll be divided into plastic, glass, aluminum, compost, and landfill. I've attempted to illustrate what we accept here, but these signs will obviously be bigger and they'll fit on the trash can. So this is the signage that helps you sort and make sure we're getting the right things into the right categories. Trying to think, there's just a quick point that I wanted to make here. The reason why we're doing this, that's the point I wanted to state, because with a large festival that generates a lot of waste, it's really important that we help our citizens do sorting the right way. What I've observed is generally people don't pay close enough attention to put their waste in the right receptacle. So this gives us an opportunity to appropriately filter so that we can divert it into the right areas. You don't want to have plastic mixed with your compost, and if left to their own devices, the public is going to largely not pay close enough attention, and you're going to have that problem. So that's why we're building this trash zone where we can accept the trash as a volunteer and put it in the right category and then get it to the right area for the sustainable practices that we want to promote, i.e. composting and recycling. There's going to be some landfill, that's unavoidable. But when that happens, we aim to reduce that. Here's a sticker that will be available to give to our patrons as they do the right thing by recycling. Now, there's a relationship between those working in the trash palace and those that are hauling trash on the big, hauling trash to the dumpsters. The good news is the trash palace should be able to manage the relining and the organization of those bags, and those working on the golf cart can just haul it off on the flatbed and haul the landfill waste into the dumpster, and then the clear plastics and the pre-sorted plastics and the pre-sorted aluminum can go into the dumpster as well in the clear bags, and the compost will go to composting area. We'll save that up in the trash palace and then haul. I might haul that off, or somebody else will haul that off into the right composting bins. So that's how the operation will largely function. With that being said, I want to take this time to thank you once again for volunteering. If you have any questions, this document is going to be emailed out. This video will be emailed out for you to review. Hopefully it wasn't too long. I know I might have run over 10 minutes, which is a long video, but either way, I appreciate you volunteering. I appreciate your commitment to making Inman Park Festival the greenest festival in Atlanta. Thank you so much.